Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this morning's webinar, Using Your Customer Portal. Today's presentation will only take about 15 minutes, which should leave us lots of time for questions at the end. So as questions do come to you, please be sure to send those through using the chat box. And if there are any that we can't get to, we will definitely be in touch with you after the webinar. We'll also be sending out a recording of the webinar to all of you following the event, so you don't need to be scrambling and making a bunch of notes. Now, a quick introduction on Tailwind and our presenter Linda Clare. Now, Tailwind is a comprehensive transportation management system that helps you run your freight business efficiently and effectively. Our goal is really to help those running trucking companies and freight brokerages improve their profit, increase their cash flow, and also give them a bit more time at the end of the day to really help them feel the wind at their back. And Linda? Well, in short, Linda is your secret weapon to making your Tailwind system really work for you. She has over 40 years of experience in the transportation industry, so has really seen it all, or at least close to it. She's been a dispatcher, a compliance officer, a controller, and now she's the head trainer here at Tailwind, teaching our customers how to best leverage their trucking software to really take their business to new heights. And with that, I'll turn the presentation over to Linda.
Thanks so much, Brad. And Brad, I'm just going to get you to check my audio quickly, please, as you were breaking up just a little bit. So can you just tell me if my audio is good for everyone?
It sounds okay to me.
Oh, good.
Folks online, can you let us know?
Yeah, you are breaking up a little bit. That's unfortunate. But great, I'll take over from here. Thanks so much, Brad. And hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. A great new addition and added value to the Tailwind software. The Customer Portal allows your customers to view the status of their orders, exchange information electronically with the dispatcher, view and print proofs of delivery, request a quote, and they can also view their account history. It will also enable you to provide accurate information and great customer service. Communicating with your customers is a key part of running a successful business. And by setting up a customer portal, you can provide your regular customers with access to information about the loads you are moving for them. Your customers can also use the portal to request quotes or even place orders themselves, saving you the data entry time. To begin, let me show you how you will set up your customers or grant your customers access to the portal. We'll navigate to the customer list using our left vertical bar and opening the customer in question with this blue open button. Navigating over here to the Contacts tab. Of course, all contacts that you have entered into the software will be displayed here. You can add a new contact using this button, or if the contact is already created, you simply open it again, remembering all of our O buttons, those blue buttons with the O on them, is the ability to open the individual record. So now, when I look at this record, I can see that there's a portal username and a portal password. This is your ability to set up a unique username and password for your customer. Once you have identified what you want to use and populated it here, you will click the Save button. Last step to set up your customer is to simply click this button, which will email those portal credentials to your customer. Now, this is also a great time to ensure that all email addresses on your contact records are created so that you know your email is going to the right person. Let me show you what an email is going to look like that your customer receives. So it's going to appear as it is coming from you. It will give them a link to the portal, which will guide them right to it, giving them the ability to sign in. It will give them their unique username and password. And here is a link to a learning document. We've published a learning document for your customers to use. It will teach them how to use your portal. Let's go and have a look at what your customer sees. So here, this is the page that will display when your customer clicks the link to go to the portal. Your company name will be listed here. And your customer will simply put in their username and password and sign in. Now let's go and have a look. I have one set up in my demo database. So this is what your customer is going to see when they sign into the portal. Across the top here is some details for them. They can see their number of live quotes, the number of live orders that are moving, the outstanding balance. That's the money that your customer owes you. Here is the remaining credit that they have available, so they know how many more loads they can book. Also, we have a list down here on the left vertical side. Quotes is the ability for your customer to see all live quotes that they have and even request a quote. When your customer requests a quote, it will show them the details that they need to populate. So they can fill in where the load is picking up, where the load is delivering, and on the shipment details tab, they can detail the commodity, the number of packages, the package type, the weight, what equipment they require, the shipment type, and dimensions if needed, with pickup dates and delivery dates as well. Once this quote gets created, your customer would simply click the Create button, and it will create the quote populated here on this list, plus the quote is going to populate into your own Tailwind database on your quote screen as a brand new quote, and you will also get an email. The email will go to the customer sales rep or account rep on that customer record. So that covers off the quotes. Let's go back over here. The shipments screen is going to list all live shipments that your customer has on board with you. We have a status coloring with the color-coded associated across the top, so your customer can quickly and easily glance and see what status they're in. Here is a status column showing all those statuses, whether it's in transit, commodities will populate, the pickup location, the delivery location, dates, delivery dates. Your customers can even open individual orders to view the details of the order. They can look at the revenue tab to see how much you're charging them for the load, and they can look at any notes that might be in there. They can even add notes, which is a great communication tool between your customer and yourself. Back to the shipments tab. There was one other thing. Oh, and when you upload a proof of delivery, those proofs of delivery will display right here on the Notes tab, allowing your customer to look at the note and view the proof of delivery if they want to. It will populate onto their screen, and they can print that proof of delivery off if that's what they're looking to do. So there's lots of functions. Whoops, wrong screen, sorry. There's lots of functions here in the customer portal for your customers. They can even place an order. So again, saving you data entry time. Get your customers to do the work for you. Here, it will display the order and the information that is required. They can add shipments, which will allow them to detail the commodities, the packaging, any flags that they would like to be set. Maybe they want the load tarped, and of course, locations. Where are they picking up? Where are they delivering to? With dates as well. So that's the shipment screen. We'll quickly view these balance details. The balance details will simply show all invoices on board for this particular customer. Remember, they're not going to see your other customers' information. They're only going to see their own information. It's safe and secure for you. It will display the order number. If it's been invoiced, it's going to show how long those invoices are aging out at. And the transaction history will simply list a complete history of all information, invoices, invoice payments that your customers have on, this particular customer has on board for you. That's it. It's pretty simple, and it's very easy to use. So that completes the demo. I'm going to turn this back over to Brad to field some questions for us.
Excellent. We've had a few questions come through. But before we go and ask or answer those questions, I want to actually ask a couple questions of the audience. So we're going to put up two quick poll questions here. So right now I want to find out what features you think your customers are going to most appreciate from the customer portal. So you can just kind of click in there and let us know. And this is which is the most important one. Seems like there's a few people that are really thinking about it, which is good. We'll let the last couple votes just come in. We can share that with everybody then. So it's the shipment status that looks like it's taken off, but the other ones are still important. So that's really handy. You've got to know the placing orders, not as much, but requesting quotes. So that is good to know. And we have one more question. And it's what customer portal benefit is most important to you? So is it the time savings that you get as the customers can serve themselves? Is it the fact that you're able to offer that greater customer experience? The improved revenue because you can get faster and easier quotes and orders done, or the improved cash flow because you could post PODs and get paid faster? Looking like this one is definitely more definitive as to what people are looking for, and I'll share that with folks here. Just give people a couple more seconds to cast their votes. So definitely got it, all of the above, which is nice. The improved revenue is another big one. That's what we definitely hear from quite a few people. Linda, is there anything here that kind of surprises you, or is this kind of what you were expecting as well?
I'm not seeing the poll questions, Brad.
Oh. Interesting. Okay, well,
now I see
that's okay.
I went back to your screen. Oh, great. Let me have a look. Customer service, improved revenue, great. All of the above. I like all of the above, too.
that is always the winner.
It can be a great tool. Sorry, Brad.
No problem. No problem. So I'll hide those, and then I'll probably make you the presenter again.
Okay.
And then we have a few questions that people have been coming up with.
Great. I'd love to answer some questions for you.
Excellent. So first one off, how am I alerted to quote requests?
Oh, you get an email. Not only does it populate on your quote list, you will get an email that is sent. Let me open a customer record here. As you well know, when you set up your customers in Tailwind, you have the ability to say, who is the sales rep or the account rep? The email will come directly to that person in your company that is set as the sales rep or the account rep on the customer record. So there will be email notifications as well as populating the quote right on your quote screen.
Cool. And the second question here, what's the difference between placing an order and requesting a quote?
Oh, okay. Well, that's a great question, eh? Quote is an actual quote for the movement of freight. The customer's not committing to you moving it yet. The customer simply wants to know how much you would charge them. When a customer places an actual order, That's them telling you they want you to move the load. So a quote is simply a rate request. An order is, go ahead and move that load for me.
One of the questions is, can you limit what customers can do, like not giving them access to orders?
Not at this time, but yes, it is coming down the pipe for you. This is brand new for us. Our development department's been hard at work on this customer portal, and they're going to be adding functionality to it. You will be able to set specific security rights to each contact you set up to use your portal. And yes, there will be information that you will be able to prevent them from seeing. Perhaps the amount of remaining credit. You might restrict a person from ever seeing that. So yes, there will be restrictions in place. That's coming down the pipe for you. It's not quite in there just yet. We wanted to get this out because we knew how valuable it would be to you.
That actually answers one of the other questions there is, can you edit what the customer sees at the top? For example, hide the credit remaining from them so that...
Yeah, absolutely.
We have a person asking for a practice example to create a customer. I don't know if that might be a better one-on-one thing or what makes more sense there. What do you think?
And I'm not understanding that question. Create a customer. Well, I can certainly create a customer for you here in my database. But again, yes, Brad, I think that if you could get that person's name, I'll certainly reach out to them for some one-on-one time, and I will answer whatever they have there.
Perfect. So the next question is what kind of information can you get in shipment status?
Shipment status will display whether the load is unassigned. It hasn't been assigned to a tractor or a carrier partner yet. In transit, will show that the load is actually moving. It's been picked up. Delivered is, it's been picked up and delivered. We've already talked about unassigned. And there's one more status here, the invoiced status. So when you've actually posted that order and it's become an invoice in your database, the customer will view it as an invoiced order.
Perfect. Can customers turn quotes into orders like we can?
No. Gee, that's a really great feedback for us. I'm going to make note of that feedback. No, at this time, no. But I'm going to make note of that feedback and get that through to our dev team because that's quite a great idea. Yeah, just making notes. You go ahead with your next question.
Perfect. Next person is asking if the portal page can be made available through someone's website by link, and is it possible to have the logo and the company name on that portal page?
Oh boy, that's a question outside of my realm.
I can actually speak to that one a little bit.
Please,
so
Brad.
we can definitely have a link to the portal page on your website, and then as people get their own login information, they'll be able to log in directly into their section. And yes, we are working on it so that you'll be able to add your own logo as well as image there on the background. But just at this point in time, as Lyndon mentioned, we wanted to make sure we got it out for people because it was something that people were requesting. So didn't want to have that hold things back. But that will be coming out, and we'll definitely be alerting you to when that feature is available within the portal. Things are slowing down a little bit with questions, but we do have a couple more, looks like. How does a customer see PODs associated with the shipment?
Okay, so on a shipment, once you have uploaded your shipment, your POD, in your own database using our POD import tool, it's going to appear as a note on the shipment itself. So when your customer opens the order in question, they can go to the Notes tab. If it's a proof of delivery, it's going to show as a POD attachment. They can click it here to view it, or they can open the note, see any related note that you might have put in there, and they can click it right here. And that will display the bill of lading, the proof of delivery, whatever it might be. They also have the ability to, of course, send this to their own printer now that they've displayed it on their screen.
Cool. And somebody's wondering how they can test the portal themselves, assuming they can make a username and a customer, but not email it out. How can they access the personalized version? So see what it looks like from the customer perspective.
Create a contact for yourself so that your email address is in the contact record. Create a unique ID and password, and then send yourself the email and follow the link through. Enter the portal that way.
All right. And it looks like the last question we have, at least right now, is there any documentation that can be shared with an admin person on setting up the portal?
Yes, we have lots of learning documents. Where's my learning documents? Hang on 2 seconds. I forgot to populate those up for you. You remember from the main page of your Tailwind software, simply clicking on your support articles and videos is going to load up our entire learning center for you, or our support center. Right here at the bottom, we have 2 documents for you. Number 1, this is for you. This is for your customer. That's a document you can send off to your customer, although it is included in the email that you will send out. This document is all the instructions that you need on how to set up your portal.
Excellent. Thanks, Linda. I'm just doing a quick scan to make sure that we covered all the questions that have been asked so far. Yeah, it looks like that's all the questions that we have right now, but if any more do come up, please, feel free to let us know. You can always get a hold of us at asklinda.com.
Oh, sorry, Brad, that was my bad.
What am I?
Sorry, everyone, that was my bad. There you go. Why aren't I seeing your screen, Brad? Good, thank you.
Okay, hopefully that gets it there. Multiple locations always makes things a little bit more complex. Anyway, if people have additional questions, you can email asklinda@tailwindsys.com. Visit us at tailwindtms.com. Give us a call or within the application in the chat function as well. And if you're not yet a Tailwind user, you can always try us free for 30 days and sign up for a trial right on our website. Again, that's at tailwindtms.com. So thank you, everyone, for joining us today, and we hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, everyone. I sure appreciate your time.